One of the simplest, most powerful techniques I've learned is the quick coherence technique, developed by the Institute of Heart Math in California. It's the fastest technique I've found to bring yourself into that relaxed and centered state from which you can access the higher dimensions of your consciousness and therefore make better decisions and determine more effective solutions to whatever problems you might actually be facing. Coherence is the term used by researchers to describe the psychological state in your nervous and cardiovascular, I need to say that, hormonal and immune system terms that are all working together efficiently and harmoniously. Doc Child and Deborah Roseman of the Institute of Heart Math explain it this way. So researchers have actually found that the pattern of your heart rhythm reflects the state of your emotions and nervousness of system dynamics. For example, when you're feeling tense, irritable, impatient, frustrated or anxious, your heart rhythm shifts into a disorder and incoherent pattern. No wonder you can't calm your mind in that state. Your heart signals incoherence to the brain, which inhibits your higher brain functions and triggers a stress response. You can't perceive as clearly as the old emotional state can start coming to surface as a result of that. You can use the quick coherence technique to bring your heart rhythms into coherence, to enable your brain to synchronize with your heart's coherent rhythm. Start by learning how to shift your heart-focused, positive emotional state through these 3 simple steps. It's as easy as that. Remember, it's like when people talk about the sun and the moon and the stars all aligning at once, and it was just ready to happen. That's effectively what this technique is, the quick coherence technique. It's actually getting your whole body to work in synchronization and like a machine, like the gearbox in an engine and the way it works together. And if you introduce a higher gear or a different gear into that gearbox, it puts out a sync. That's the way I could make it, metaphorically anyway. So what are these 3 steps? Well, the heart focus your attention on the area of your heart in the center of your chest. If you prefer the first couple of times to try it, place your hand over the center of your heart on your chest and keep it and pay attention to your heart area. The heart breathing. As you focus on the area of your heart, breathe deeply and normally and imagine your breath is coming in and going out in your heart area. Continue breathing with ease until you find a natural inner rhythm that feels good to you as a result. And then there's a heart feeling. As you continue to breathe through your area of your heart, recall a positive feeling, a time when you felt good inside, and try to re-experience that feeling. It could be a feeling of appreciation for the good things in life, or the love, or the care you feel for your family, a family member, a close friend, or even a pet. This is the most important step in that process. It's actually anchoring these emotions in your mind to go in synchronization with your heart, so you're thinking clearly as a result. So the next step to take this technique is to make it a habit. We recommend you do this by picking certain times of the day when you can give yourself a guilt-free 3 to 5 minutes to focus on your heart, to start the day right before lunch or just before bed. When you find yourself waiting in line instead of getting aggravated, you can use the time to practice this technique. You'll be amazed how different your experience of waiting can be. And instead of draining your energy by focusing on the negative of having to wait in line, you'll be using the time to recenter and actually charge as a result. The more you practice, the more quickly your heart coherence will emerge and easier to sustain. Once you'll start using this powerful centering tool, you may want to see for yourself how it affects your physiology. To help you do that, Heart Math have actually developed an EM wave, so emotional wave technology that actually tracks your coherence levels using light, sound, and visuals, training you to help to increase its coherence for longer periods of time. There is both a simple to use handheld device and a smartphone app available. And you should look up that yourself at Heart Math Institute. Using technology can quickly lead you to periods of high coherence, a state of which many people who meditate spend years trying to actually achieve. This is all about putting you in a state. Now, Tony Robbins talks about it as well is you could change your whole mood in a heartbeat. It's as quick as that. You could just flip straight away by using techniques like this in order to take you from the negative to the positive in a heartbeat. That's effectively what they do. And more successful people do that all the time. A lot of successful people do that and don't even realize this is what they're doing. And this is the technique they're using. So it's been honed and developed all these years to make that happen. Remember to ask yourself finally questions. Your intuition can also provide you with the answers to do anything you need to know. Ask questions like with, should I? And what should I do about? And how can I? And what can I do to do? You can ask your intuition questions such as, should I take this job? What should I do about the lack of morale in the company? What can I do to increase sales? Should I marry that person? What can I do to lower my time in the marathon? How can I achieve my ideal weight? And what should I do next? And we'll talk about more of that